PS Plus Extra and Premium offer a wide variety of FPS games. Whether you're a fan of single-player campaigns or multiplayer deathmatches, there's an FPS game on PS Plus for you. Get ready to discover the best first-person shooters available on PS Plus. At number 20, we have Rage 2. Set in a post-apocalyptic landscape, players take control of a ranger who is tasked with taking down a power-hungry group that has risen from the ashes of the fallen society. Rage 2 basically takes Doom's punchy combat and drops it into a Mad Max-style world. The gunplay is the best part of this game. It is aided by a decent selection of special abilities that players should look to unlock as soon as possible. Rage 2's barren landscape fits its story, and while the open world is not particularly fun to explore, it regularly throws enemies at the player to ensure that a bloodbath is never too far away. Number 19 is Get Even, a gripping first-person shooter that takes players on a thrilling psychological journey. Players step into the shoes of a former mercenary who awakens in an eerie asylum with no memory of how he got there. Armed with an advanced VR headset and a high-tech smartphone, you must navigate through hauntingly realistic environments, piecing together fragmented memories to uncover the truth behind a mysterious kidnapping. Get Even uniquely blends action-packed gunplay with psychological horror elements, creating an immersive experience that constantly challenges players' perception of reality. The game's atmospheric storytelling, coupled with its clever use of cutting-edge technology, makes it an unforgettable FPS adventure. Number 18 is Killing Floor 2, a fairly straightforward co-op shooter that pits players against seemingly endless hordes of deadly zombies in a campaign set across Europe. The premise lends itself to over-the-top chaos, embracing the inherent joy of mowing down a sea of enemies using an impressive assortment of weaponry. Players upgrade their abilities by actively utilizing weapons, and they can mix and match guns to create unique builds. This concept greatly enhances Killing Floor 2's replayability since it encourages teams to play around with their setups in search of optimal configurations. If you're really looking for some quick and challenging multiplayer FPS, Killing Floor 2 is a pretty good place to start. Number 17 is Serious Sam Collection. Serious Sam is a straightforward run-and-gun shooter series that generally knows exactly what it wants to be. As the titular hero, players mow down huge hordes of monsters in reasonably large areas. At its best, the franchise's gunplay is simplistic but satisfying, and this collection captures Serious Sam at the peak of its powers. While Serious Sam 3 is the most modern entry in the compilation, all three games in the collection are still a well-functioning blast to play through and a must-play, especially for fans of the genre. Number 16 is Journey to the Savage Planet, a game that takes you on a colorful intergalactic adventure. As a pioneering space explorer sent by Kindred Aerospace, you crash land on an uncharted alien planet. Equipped with an array of futuristic gadgets and a trusty 3D printer, you must unravel the mysteries of this vibrant and bizarre world. The game beautifully blends light shooting, exploration, and platforming. With a colorful art style, Journey to the Savage Planet offers a captivating and immersive experience that keeps you engaged from start to finish, making it one of the best FPS adventures on PS Plus. Number 15 is Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, an over-the-top action romp about a space pirate with a whip that can tear enemies in half. A throwback to classic run-and-gun shooters without the back-breaking difficulty, this FPS originally came out in 2011 to a decent reception, and the Full Clip Edition provides a fresh coat of paint to ensure that the game delivers beautiful mayhem. In this game, you won't be climbing towers to unlock hunting missions, car races, or assassinations. Instead, you'll be wading through an army of enemies, all seemingly eager to die in a myriad of silly ways, and smiling every step of the way. Bulletstorm is one of the most fun FPS games on PS Plus Premium, and fans of the genre who skipped out on this project should give the title a try while it is on Sony's service. Number 14 is Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. Fans of Grand Theft Auto 5's heisting mechanics will find a lot to love in Payday 2. The first-person release has everything players could want in a bank-robbing simulator. Some missions can be completed in a variety of ways, with stealth and loud mechanics available. There are skill trees with unique abilities to unlock, a variety of weapons to try, and some of the best multiplayer gameplay under the sun. Payday 2 is a blast to play, and while Payday 3 is set to release in September 2023, this is the best time to prepare for some robbery with friends. Number 13 is Warhammer Vermintide 2, a multiplayer game that perfectly combines melee and ranged weapons. The game features 5 playable characters, each with access to a variety of both types. Players must work together to stave off wave after wave of enemies across the story's 13 missions. The storyline in Vermintide 2 is not the most complex or in-depth, but it is serviceable and helps to give the game some context. The characters are well developed, which helps to make the storyline more immersive. With its satisfying gameplay, serviceable storyline, and challenging difficulty levels, Vermintide 2 is one of the better co-op FPS games available on PS Plus. Number 12 is Far Cry 5, an open-world game that immerses players in the heart of a fictional rural community. As a deputy sheriff, you must confront a dangerous and fanatical cult. With a vast array of weapons, vehicles, and companions at your disposal, you'll engage in intense firefights, liberate outposts, and explore the diverse landscapes of Hope County. The game's captivating storyline and charismatic villains create a thrilling narrative, while the dynamic open world ensures that each playthrough offers unique challenges and experiences. Whether you prefer stealthy takedowns or explosive mayhem, Far Cry 5 accommodates various playstyles, allowing players to forge their path in this captivating and chaotic world. If you're enjoying this video so far, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Number 11 is Crysis Remastered. The PS4 version of this 2007 shooter gives the game a makeover, and while not everything looks amazing, Crysis is still visually impressive even after all these years. The game features a wide variety of weapons and gadgets, and players can use the nanosuit, which is one of the most unique features of Crysis Remastered. It allows players to boost their strength, speed, and armor, and it also gives them access to special abilities, such as cloaking and sprinting. Crysis Remastered is a good choice for anyone seeking a satisfying open-world FPS that won't take them too long to complete. Number 10 is Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood has found it difficult to escape the shadow of its obvious inspiration, which is Left 4 Dead. The first-person shooter pits teams of 4 against very aggressive zombies known as the Ridden. Solo players can team up with the AI to play through the campaign, but Back 4 Blood shines brighter when all the characters are controlled by humans. Teamwork is a big part of the experience, and the game should be regarded as a multiplayer title with a single-player option. While Back 4 Blood is not the perfect FPS, its gunplay is enjoyable, and the stages are typically fun and packed to the brim with action, making it one of the best co-op FPS on PS Plus. Number 9 is Wolfenstein: The New Order. The early Wolfenstein games helped define the FPS genre, and The New Order revitalizes the beloved series with a gripping narrative and precise gameplay. It combines fast-paced gunplay with a sprinkling of RPG tropes, such as skill trees, branching narrative pathways, and side missions. The game effectively weaves between intense action while still managing to connect into an emotional core with a gorgeously rendered cast of characters. With its great story and unique level design, The New Order is one of the best single-player FPS experiences on PlayStation Plus. Number 8 is Prey. Set in a splendidly designed space station, Prey is an atmospheric Metroidvania FPS that also incorporates RPG and horror elements. While not the sole focus of Prey, the game's gunplay is precise and satisfying, and a few abilities are even acquired along the way. The game rewards exploration and immersion, and provides players with just enough freedom that repeat playthroughs are destined to be quite distinct from each other. Prey's open world is amazingly designed and is one of the best in the FPS genre. Number 7 is Doom. Following more than a decade of near-complete inactivity, Doom came roaring back onto the scene with a majestically violent entry that reminded the world of this franchise's awesomeness. As the Doom Slayer, players rampage their way through arenas and hallways filled with demons that are just waiting to be sawed in half or blasted with a shotgun, and delivering judgment feels good time and time again. Doom does not have a quiet moment in it, serving as a proper throwback to classic shooters from the 90s. Diving headfirst into combat is the only way to survive. Number 6 is Shadow Warrior 2, a fast-paced, action-packed FPS with fun melee combat. While the gunplay is quite typical for the genre, the game mixes things up with a robust loot system and a plethora of secondary content to complement the main storyline. Players can also utilize a variety of environmental objects to their advantage, such as exploding barrels and trapdoors. Shadow Warrior 2 is incredibly entertaining, and while the game's story serves its purpose of guiding players from one level to the next, the game truly shines in allowing them to slaughter hundreds of demons along the way. Number 5 is Far Cry 6. PS Plus is full of Far Cry games, and while most games in the series are wonderful open-world shooters, Far Cry 6 offers the best gunplay in the series. This release serves as a solid entry point into the franchise for newcomers, and it features great action, an intense villain portrayed by a fantastic actor, and a gorgeous Caribbean setting. Far Cry 6 introduces or expands on a few polarizing mechanics, including a ranking system and some light RPG elements. The game also has the biggest map in the series. Ultimately, most Far Cry games are great first-person shooters, and this entry is essentially a placeholder for the entire franchise. Number 4 is Rainbow Six Siege, an online FPS that pits two teams against each other in a terrorist situation, blending tactical awareness with reasonably fast-paced gunplay. The game has cemented itself as one of the most popular FPS available, but the game's longevity translates to a steep hill that newcomers will need to climb. Teamwork is the heart of Siege, and matches tend to be highly competitive. Rainbow Six Siege has been one of the leading first-person shooter games on the market since its launch in 2015 and is undoubtedly among the best FPS games on PS Plus. Number 3 is Wolfenstein 2. The new Colossus continues the story of Blazkowicz as he leads a resistance against Nazi forces in an alternative World War II story. The game offers a gripping narrative that delves into themes of resistance, sacrifice, and hope. The new Colossus features fast-paced and satisfying gunplay, allowing players to dual-wield an array of powerful weapons to take down hordes of enemies. Building on the strong foundations of the New Order, the sequel is bigger and generally better. Featuring an all-time great villain and an appreciation for scale and spectacle, the new Colossus is an action-packed blockbuster that looks and controls great, and it shouldn't be missed by any FPS fan. Number 2 is Deathloop, an FPS built upon a time loop concept. You play as Colt, an assassin who must take out 8 targets within a single day. If you fail, the day restarts from scratch, and this reset is part of the story and not just a mechanic. Deathloop's gunplay is quick and rewarding, blending guns with unique powers. The game grants players access to various tools and mechanics, allowing them to choose how they want to approach most situations. The game has a puzzle-like element, and the story develops nicely as the campaign progresses, making it quite entertaining. Number 1 is Doom Eternal. Taking more risks than its predecessor, Doom Eternal maintains Doom's pitch-perfect gunplay while also carving its own identity by expanding the Slayer's movement options and adding abilities such as a grappling hook. These abilities work beautifully in combat, giving players more options than ever before, making combat even more intense and satisfying. Even with a fairly forgiving dodge function, Doom Eternal still packs a considerable punch, especially since ammo is reasonably limited. In our opinion, this title is the best FPS available on PS Plus, and regardless of which modern Doom entry someone prefers, they are both polished, aggressive, and satisfying shooters that rank among the best FPS of the last decade. As we reach the end of our video, we would like to thank you for joining us as we explored the best FPS on PS Plus. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up to show your support. We'd also love to hear your opinion in the comment section below. Until next time, happy gaming!